Well, how's it going, everyone? So, doing a live video here. Haven't done one in a while. I figured that I would try to come on here for a little bit because I haven't done it in a while. Um, and talk about Scream 6, obviously, that comes out next week, next uh, Friday, which I'm very excited for. Um, so I'm just gonna wait, see if anybody pops in, anything like that. But I just kind of wanted to do a live stream to see if anybody popped in for a little bit at least. No, it's kind of late, but um, like I said, I'm up late, like I said, so I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna do a live stream for a little bit. Um, so I'm just gonna wait real quick to see if anybody pops in quick. But as of right now, I'm just gonna talk about Scream 6. So Scream 6 obviously comes out next Friday, which is crazy. It's coming that fast. Um, Very exciting. I knew it was going to come fast, but man, time really does fly. If you think about it, I don't know if you guys saw as well. There's a whole bunch of like different trailers that I've been watching, like different, whole bunch of different, trailers that had came out. Um, so it's very, very interesting. But gonna wait until some people come in here. Like I said, I'm just gonna kind of talk to myself, I guess, for a little bit until people come in. But um, I'm very excited for this movie, man. Of course, I have my concerns. You guys know I have a lot of my concerns with the movie. Um, I just hope that it's good. I just hope that it's worth it, worth the wait. We've been waiting this long. Hopefully, they don't disappoint us or nothing. Um, but I'm very excited for this movie for sure. As opposed to the Sydney thing, I don't know if she's going to be in the movie or not. Um, this is the rumor. So the rumor is that she's going to be in the movie, but it's going to be only for a cameo, which I could kind of understand. Yeah, that she'd probably want to be in the movie for the cameo, but I don't really know, guys. Like, I have a feeling that it's going to be something different. It's going to be really weird. We're not going to see, maybe we'll see her for a little bit. Maybe we'll see her for like a few seconds and that's it. And then, we don't see her anymore. But um, I've been hearing that we're going to be seeing, a little bit of her. Now, I don't know if it's 100% true or not, but that's what I've been hearing. So it's very, very interesting. Now, do I think that she could be in the movie at all? As I said, man, I don't really think that she's going to be in the movie personally because I just think that I just really think that she's really upset about what happened, and I just don't think that she's going to lie about something like that, especially about being in the movie. So that's just my take on that. But other than that, guys, I'm very, very excited for this movie. Very excited. Um, I have not. I watched a little bit of a trailer. Um, there's a new trailer that came out, like another version of it, with it shows like different scenes and whatnot that we didn't see in the other trailers, which is very interesting. Um, I'm just very, very hyped for this movie, man. I'm just really, really hyped for the movie. Like, um, it's actually crazy that it comes out next Friday because It seemed like we were just talking about it like in the summer. We were talking about it like before when it was announced, like in April, like last spring. And it's just crazy that it's almost here. Like it's gonna be releasing in a week. Um, so it's very, very crazy, man. Time really does fly. But I'm just trying to wait for some people to get in here a little bit. Just gonna talk about some theories that I've been hearing. So the theory that I've been hearing is that Kirby's gonna be the killer, which I've heard that a lot of times. I heard that a lot. Do I think it's possible? I mean, yeah, but then again, I don't really think they're gonna do that. Um, so I want people to know that, I don't believe that. Like, I don't really believe it, but I could definitely see it happening. Like I said, let's just talk about the theory, okay? Like, why people think that way. Like, why do people think she's the killer? Well, people think she's the killer mostly of because Scream 4, how supposedly she wasn't like in love with Charlie and all that. Well, people look at that and say, oh, she was probably a killer and that she was, a mastermind or something. But really, I don't really know. I don't really think she would really. A lot of people don't really think she was actually in love with Charlie in that movie. But I just don't really think that. Even if she was, I don't really think that she would be a killer. You know what I mean? Um, I just don't think it like could it work? Yeah, it could work, but at the same time, I don't think Wes Craven would do that. You know, I just don't think Wes Craven would, make her the killer. Um, that's just my opinion. Wes Craven, to me, that would be like, crapping on his grave, um, or something like that, for no reason. Crapping on what he did, with the Kirby character, and then turning around and just making her the killer. That's just kind of my feelings about it. So I really don't think she's gonna be a killer. If I'm being honest with you, I think that if anything, she's gonna be involved with them. She's gonna be like involved in terms of finding the killer. Like, because I've been hearing that she's gonna be like an FBI agent and all that in this movie, um, which is very, very interesting to me. A lot of people have theories that, well, is Henry Czerny her father and all that. And I go back to this and say, it's very possible, all right? It's very possible that Henry Czerny could be her father, but at the same time, I don't really think you know, I don't really think that's really, possible. Like, I think it's possible, but I don't really think they're gonna go that route, you know? Um, yeah, he's an FBI agent and whatnot, but at the same time, you know, I just don't really know if he's gonna be her father or not. We don't know anything about Kirby's family, her mother, her father, anything like that. So I have no idea um, how that would work if they do decide to do that. But it would be very interesting. Now, will Kirby be the killer? No chance. I don't really think that they're gonna do it. Is it possible? Absolutely. I think it is possible. I think anything is possible, But I don't know. I just don't. I don't feel like they're gonna do that because it just kind of ruin, the legacy. It would kind of be shitting on the legacy of Wes Craven because Wes Craven, created that character, you know, in Scream 4. So that's why I don't really see that happening, personally. Because I said this many times. Kirby was originally going to be the final girl in Scream 5 and Wes Craven's version. So if she was gonna be a final girl, the Sydney character in his version of Scream 5, well, that means that she, Wes Craven wasn't ever gonna make her the killer. You know, He was never going to make her the killer. Like, he was originally going to make her the final girl, I believe. That's my belief, anyways. I think that she was going to be the final girl. And the plan was that, Kirby was going to come back, obviously. She was going to be the final girl, and Jill was going to come back as well. So that was the original plan. But sadly, we never got to see that. So I don't know. I just don't see it, guys. I really don't see her being the killer, and by no means. I just don't really think, you know, she's going to be the killer. I just really think that'd be like shitting on his legacy, shitting on Wes Craven's legacy, and everything that he did, everything he created, the Kirby character. So it'd kind of be wrong, for what Radio Silence to do that. But anything is possible, like I said, in the Scream franchise. Uh, you never know what could happen, I guess. People say the same, about Sydney, which I don't think that's going to happen. That's not ever. I don't think they're ever going to do that. I mean, that would be a big mistake if they did. Um, so I just don't. We'll have to see what happens. Um, and another reason why people really believe this theory too is because supposedly Ghostface, says the same line as Kirby does in the trailer. When Kirby said, "This is like no other Ghostface" or something like that, and then uh, when the killer's talking to Gail or whatever, he says like a similar line, like "There's nobody like me" or whatever. So it's kind of like people think, oh well, that's the same kind of the same like line, which I don't really think so. I think it's kind of sounds a little different to me, but um, I don't know, man. I just don't really see her being the killer in this movie. I think it would be kind of a mistake. Um, because why would you bring her back? Now thinking about it, like why would you bring her back just to be the killer? That's um. So that's what I've been hearing, a lot of that, and I've been hearing a lot of other theories as well about, you know, Gail possibly dying in this film, which you guys know that I think that it's very possible too. Um, will it happen? I really don't think it's gonna happen. If I'm being honest with you, um, but anything is possible. I mean, they showed us, in Scream Five, the way they did David Arquette and all that. Like I said, the way they approached him about the whole situation, about killing his character off was just they should have approached him in a better way, in my opinion. But I'm not going to really talk about that um, right now. But that's just my opinion about that. But I just think that Gail, Courtney Cox, if you got, yeah, she wanted to die in Scream Four. That was her original. She wanted to die in Scream Four. She asked Wes Craven, you know, if she could die in Scream Four. That she wanted to die, but Wes Craven kept her in the movie because you know he just felt like she should have lived. He felt like it would have been wrong, just to kill her off just because she wanted to, just because she wanted her character to be killed off. So he decided to keep her in the movie, decided her, to keep her alive in the movie. Um, so I could totally see that happening again. What's to say that Courtney Cox, she's in control of her character um right now, right? She's a producer, right? So who's to say that she's not going to have any control over her character? And if she's in control of her character, what are the chances of her maybe like wanting to die and saying, I think I'm going to kill. I think I want my character to finally die in this film. You know, it's very possible, guys. You guys cannot rule it out. Like, especially if she's like a producer of this movie. So, um, will it happen? I don't know 100%, but it's very possible that it could happen. Now, a lot of people are going to be disappointed if it does, which I would be too. I'm going to be very, very disappointed if that happens. But I kind of understand why people Um, I kind of understand why people believe that she's gonna die in some ways, including me, because they killed Dewey off in Scream Five. So what makes you think they're not gonna kill her, Gail off in Scream Six? You know, they're gonna make it like Star Wars and all that, and everybody's gonna be upset over it. So that's just my opinion. I think I just think that Radio Silence, is trying to move off the old characters as much as possible, and they're trying to move on with the new, their characters that they established and made. Um, that's just my opinion on that. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people hate me saying it, but I say this 100 times. Like Gail, first of all, is not a Radio Silence character. She's not. That's just a fact. Same with Kirby. Kirby's not. You know, she's not a Radio Silence character either. So it's just like at some point, you already know that if they're not Radio Silence characters, Radio Silence is gonna want to end them, to move on with their own. You know what I mean? That's just my thing about my take on that. Um, I know people will probably disagree, which is cool. People, have their own opinions, and everybody has the right, like I said, to their own opinion. I just think that's just the way I see it personally. Like, um, I see her, she's not a Radio Silence character, number one. Kirby's not a Radio Silence character. So to me, it's just like what makes people think that she's not gonna die? You know what I mean? Like, especially after the way they did do. I mean, you shouldn't be surprised by it if it does happen. Like, I wouldn't be surprised by it if it does, if it happens. Do I want her to die? Absolutely not. I don't want her to die. I'm just saying, like, I want her to live, but I'm just saying, like, it's possible that she could die in this film because we seen what they did to David Arquette or Dewey, right? So they could do the exact same, to Gale, right? I mean, it's just common sense, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Like, if I had to put my money on it, I have a feeling that Radio Silence is gonna decide, to keep her alive in this film, um, to have her, move on or whatever to the next one, and then maybe I could see them maybe killing her off in Scream Seven. But um, I don't know, man. I just think it's possible because that trailer kind of shows us, showed us a little hint, that she's gonna die. Um, Ghostface chasing her or whatever, and when it cuts out, her get stabbed. We don't know what happens from there. We don't know if she gets stabbed. We don't know anything, but um, so we don't know if she survives that attack 100%. But I'm trying to still wait for people to get in here. I know it's probably late. A lot of people are probably sleeping. Um, but hopefully we get somebody in here sooner or later. But um, so yeah, that's just my take on it. Um, so as opposed to her dying in this film, yeah, I do think it's possible. Now, do I think that they're gonna make Gail the killer? No chance. No chance at all. They're not gonna make Gail the killer. Okay. If they make Gail the killer, um, if they make Gail the killer, that's gonna be $1 million mistake, in my opinion. All right. Let's just not make all these OG characters the killers. Let's just not do that. Let's just move on with the characters, do whatever you want to do with them, you know. And that, yeah, don't make them the killer. I mean, I heard it with Sydney and all that, the Sydney theory, and I heard the whole Dewey theory too, like that somehow he was the mastermind and this and that, like um, of Scream 1996, which I don't believe it. I just don't. I'm sorry, I just don't. I mean, people have a right to their own opinions at the end of the day, but I just don't personally see like yeah, I did believe that, Dewey had something um like I did believe that Dewey had something weird about him in Scream 1906 where he was like the mastermind somewhat. Just the way he was like the way he was acting and all that. But um I don't think that they're gonna bring him back ever and just make him the killer, you know what I mean? I just don't think that's gonna happen. Um I don't think they're gonna roll with that. Like I think it's too late in the game, to do that anyways. Even if they um did plan to do it, I think it would be like far too late, you know. But I don't think that's he's coming back or anything like that because a lot of people say, oh, he survived the killing and all that. And first of all, I don't think he survived the killing. I I don't think so at all. I think that he actually really died. He got gutted, pretty good, and I don't think that he survived the killing. Now he got gutted pretty good, and a lot of people say, "Oh, well, he wasn't in the body bag and this and that." Or how do we know that was him in the body bag? Um, well, that's a good point, I guess. That's a good point, I guess. But at the same time, we really do not know 100%. You know, I really do not know 100% like what. Um, a lot of people think it's like the sheriff that got killed before Dewey. People think it's like maybe the sheriff that got killed, and that maybe well the sheriff did get killed, but I understand people say that what if that was the sheriff in the body bag and not Dewey? Like I 100% believe that it's Dewey. All right, I don't think it's the sheriff. That officer that got killed. Um, I definitely think it was Dewey for sure, and that body bag. That's just my opinion about that. People have their own theories though, and say that Dewey, could have survived and all that. Which, hey, I would love that. I would love it because I love the character of Dewey, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think that they're gonna say that he survived or anything like that. You know, um, I think he got gutted, pretty good in my opinion. So he got stabbed, a whole bunch of times in the other Scream movies, and then this Scream movie, he gets killed. Sadly. But um, man, nobody's in here yet. I wonder if anybody's sleeping. If everybody's sleeping. But maybe I did this too late. But hopefully somebody pops in here in a little bit. Um, somebody will come across this live stream eventually. I'm sure. But so yeah, that's just my opinion about that. I think that Dewey, the Dewey character in general is just he was so loved, and I understand why people are so upset, about that whole situation, I could totally understand, but and I was very upset about it, just the way, like I said, um, the way they approached, David Arquette was just completely unnecessary, they should have approached him a little bit better, about killing off his character. So that's just my opinion about it. Um, in no way, shape, or form would Wes Craven wouldn't have ever killed Dewey. Okay, I don't think he would have ever killed Dewey. Um, I just don't see him doing that because Wes Craven. Okay, Wes Craven was a horror genius, right? He was the master of horror, right? And He created the Dewey character. He created he created Sydney. He created, Dewey. He created Gale, and I don't see him, if he was still alive, I don't think that he would have killed Dewey off. Um, so I don't know what other people think about it personally. I don't know what, the other actors like Matthew Lillard and all of them have to think of, what they think about it because I just don't think Wes Craven would ever do that. I just don't. I think if he was still here, Dewey would have stayed alive, in my opinion, and just don't think that they would have killed him off. I just don't think so. I think, if anything, if anything, if Wes Craven was still here, you know, if we got to see his original Scream 5, I think that he would have just come to where, like, Dewey would have maybe rode off into the sunset. You know what I mean? Along with, like, Sydney, along with Gail. Maybe Gail could have did the same or something like that. I mean, that would have been cool too, but I just don't think they should have went about it a little bit better. I'm just kind of disappointed about it. But at the end of the day, we can't really do nothing about it now because it's over with. But it's kind of upsetting, that he got killed off in that film in Scream 5. Did I know he was gonna die? Absolutely. I said that a million times that I knew because um that little teaser of him, that little teaser for the marketing of the movie of him like in Stu's house and whatnot. Um, that kind of told me, that he was gonna die. I already kind of knew. It's kind of his, goodbye tour. Um, that's just my thoughts about that though. But I'm gonna move on to some other theories. I'm just gonna talk about like Scream, 6 and all that. Talk about, yeah, things that you may have missed, maybe. So I don't know if you guys know that in The Shine and the trailer, I don't know if you guys seen that Kirby's Kirby has like a painting of her. They have a painting of Kirby in the shrine. It's actually her from Scream 4. It's like a painting of her. I don't know if you guys saw that. And then right next to it, you see Jill's, outfit or whatever, which is very, very cool. You see other outfits too from other killers. I think you see Charlie's outfit as well. You see Mrs. Loomis's outfit. Like, so there's a whole bunch of Easter eggs in this movie, which is very, very cool. But um, I just hope this movie's not disappointing, man. I'm just really, really excited for this movie. I just don't want it to be disappointing at all. I'll be very upset if they, decided to like say, um, make Sydney the killer or something like that. Like I said, it's very unlikely that's going to happen. But I just hope they don't. I just hope they don't. You know. Um, Still waiting for some people to get in here. Obviously, I don't know what's going on tonight. Maybe people, like I said, are um, either sleeping, something like that. But I'm sure somebody will see it. But anyways, I'm just gonna be basically keep talking, about Scream. Um, till somebody, pops in. But so I'm very excited for this movie. Like I said, like I think this movie is definitely going to be a step up from um Scream 5 for sure. Like I think this movie is going to be a step up for sure, and I think that Scream um that's going to be better than Scream 5 in my opinion. And the reason why I think so is because of the chase scenes is gonna, they're bringing back the chase scenes. Um, they're bringing back the chase scenes, and they're bringing back this movie's gonna have a lot of gore in it, and the setting too. Of this movie is gonna be a game changer as well. Uh, the New York setting, which something that's people have been wanting. People have been wanting, a new setting and screen that people wanted that in Screen Five, to be honest. And we're finally getting it. We're finally getting a new setting in New York, which is very cool. Um, Getting a subway sequence, which is very very cool, very creative in my eyes. So it's it's something to look forward to. I think it's something to look forward to be honest with you. Um, but I just think that if this movie does do bad, I think that Radio Silence. I don't think that Radio Silence is gonna make these films no longer. I just don't think that's the case. I think that if Radio Silence does the same thing with say like in Scream Five and like makes the movie like less crisp, like just worse. Um, I think right then and there we know that there's not going to be a Scream Seven. Okay, I know that for a fact that if that happens, I know that we're not going to get um, a Scream Seven. That's just my opinion about that. I just think you know they had their chance, man. They had their opportunity, to do some, do something creative, which they are. Bringing back chase scenes is like the biggest thing. It's the biggest thing, in my opinion. Scream Five did not have that, which was very disappointing, like I said. And this movie, they're bringing it back, so should be like I said, and that's the reason why I really think it's gonna make more than Scream Five, and I already kind of like it more than Scream Five, like the poster. I don't know if anybody agrees with me or not, but um, I definitely like the poster more than Scream Five's. Like I just like the designs on it, just um the designs on it. It just looks a lot better in my opinion already. Um, so I'm very excited with this movie. They just need to capitalize on a lot of stuff. The Stu thing, which everybody knows that I'm on the Stu train. Like I really want him to come back, you know, in Scream Seven, which I don't think he's gonna come back in Scream Six or anything like that. I think if they're gonna bring him back, it's gonna be in Scream Seven. Um, I just think that if he does come back, it's gonna be a game changer. I think this is the opportunity to do it, especially if um, you're gonna have a cliffhanger ending in this movie in Scream Six. You know, you're gonna have a cliffhanger ending with say like Sydney like answering the phone or something like that, and it's like Stu's voice. You hear like Stu's voice or whatever, and um, that would be very interesting in my opinion. And then in Scream Seven, you could bring him back because I'm pretty sure I'm 100% certain that Matthew Lillard, he's made it very clear. No matter what Kevin Williamson says, no matter what everybody says about Stu being dead and all that, Matthew Lillard has made it very clear that he wants to come back. I mean, he said that many times, in interviews, countless interviews. He said that he wants his character to come back, um, because he doesn't feel like his character is dead. He even said that himself. So that's just my opinion. That I think that if Matthew Lillard wants to really come back, who knows? Radio Silence could have already approached him already about being a part of this movie again. Um, Maybe not return until like Scream 7, but definitely come back. You know, so it's very very interesting, guys. Like it's kind of it's very very interesting. I really do hope that he does. Like I said, I'm not going to get my hopes up because we don't know what's going to happen in this film. Um, I just don't want to be disappointed. I don't want the killer to unmask and it not be Stu. Um, so that's just my that's my advice to everybody who thinks automatically that Stu's going to return. You know, I just want to let you know, man, that I just want to give you a little bit of advice, like just say don't get your hopes up, all right, quite yet. Because we don't know 100% if he's going to come back or not. Because I just don't want to think, I just don't want to think, say that he's going to come back and then all of a sudden be disappointed, if he doesn't, you know? That's just my opinion about that. I just don't want to be disappointed, over it, if he does come back and it's not him or something and it's somebody else that we don't know, that's going to be very disappointing in my opinion. Um, so it's very disappointing that if Matthew Lillard, I heard that I've been hearing that he's very upset about the whole Ness situation, um, which is very understandable. I can understand why he is because I would be too. I mean, they really did her wrong. I mean, they should have just paid her money. That's just my opinion. Um, so I don't understand Paramount. What they did. I don't understand that at all. But like I said, man, Max Lillard, of course, he's gonna be upset because he's like Nev. I don't know if you guys knew, but he used to actually date Nev like a long time ago, like probably like in the '90s. So of course he's gonna be like very upset, over that. You know, um, so a lot of people, that raises the question, like, is he gonna want to come back still after that situation happened, or if he is he not gonna want to come back? Is he just gonna say screw that movie and just move on? I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do. I have no idea. All I can say is that I think that Matthew Lillard has made it very clear that he wants to come back. So um, that's just what I believe. I believe whatever he said, whatever I believe everything he says because I just think that he's truly being honest with he said that millions of times. I want to come back. I don't think my character's dead. That he said that many times, guys. Like, and a lot of non-believers, there's a lot of non-believers that I know as well. But um, if you guys don't believe that, that's cool. I just personally, just me, I just think it makes a lot of sense, for him to survive the TV and then him to somehow get away, you know, because he had his arms up the whole time. You guys did not know he had his arms up literally the whole time, when the TV was dropped on his head. Like, he literally had his arms up, like as if he was gonna lift it off his head. Like, so that's just my opinion, honestly. I personally think that Stu's definitely gonna come back. Like, I'm not gonna say definitely again. Sorry, I'm just gonna say I hope he does, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up. But um, it raises another question. Do you guys think Do you guys think this is possible at all? Do you guys think that um maybe he could come back or Angelina? Because a lot of people think that Angelina could come back as well, which you guys know my thing about Angelina. Like, I think, Angelina could definitely come back. Um, if it's done right, because we all know that, Angelina was supposedly she was the second killer. She was believed to be the second killer in Scream 3, which I 100% believe. And don't think that she got killed because if you guys remember, she did not get killed. The way she got killed, she went that, she got dragged away or whatever. Um, we didn't even see her get stabbed whatsoever. So what makes you think, well, how do we know that she really got stabbed, you know? How do we not know that wasn't fake? Especially when um on the official kill list of Scream 3 or whatever, she's not even on the official kill list. So that's just kind of weird to me and kind of odd to me, that she's not on the official kill list, that she could possibly still be alive, um, which is kind of weird in my opinion, if I'm being honest. I just don't think, you know, a lot of people think it's too late in the game, which I kind of, somewhat agree with that. But we also got to take into consideration too that if Angelina is still alive, if she is still alive, then why would you just leave her character out of this? Why would you leave her character out, of this movie, or just leave her out of the franchise? She's got to be involved one way or another. If she was the killer, the second killer, um, in Scream 3, um, I just think it's very possible for her to um, be alive. I think that it's very possible for her to come back. Will they bring her back? I don't really think they're going to bring her back personally. I think it's kind of too late in the game, if I'm being honest with you. Um, but it's definitely possible. It's definitely something that they could think about because not only Stu, but Angelina as well. Angelina is another person that could easily come back into this franchise. Come back. A lot of people don't think that she should be a Ghostface killer, which I just go back to saying this. Like, I think that, I think it's very possible that, she could come back in the film and maybe not be a Ghostface killer. Let's just say that she's just kind of like standing out in the open, like standing around, like mysteriously just kind of walking around, and she's not even a Ghostface killer or something. And she's kind of walking around, and then Sydney or Gail or whatever says, "Oh, that's Angelina." Sam and them maybe ask, who that is or whatever. And then like maybe Sydney, says who it is, tells her who it is, walk up to her or whatever. She's just standing there like kind of mysteriously, how kind of like in Scream 3. Like, I mean, she doesn't really have to be a killer, to um come back, in my opinion. Like, wouldn't it be nice for her to be the killer? For her to get revealed as Ghostface to let us know, hey, I was the mastermind in Scream 3. I was Roman's, accomplice. I absolutely that would be cool too. But I think that like her being, what's to say, like just a regular character in the movie would be, I think that would be very interesting. Um, that's just my opinion. I think that it would be very, very interesting. I think that if you're going to do it, um, the way to do it, I think, is just to not make her Ghostface. I think that would be very interesting. There's a lot of ways you could do it. Okay, there's a lot of ways that you can bring her back if you're gonna, if you decide to. Which I don't really think at this point that they're going to, um, because I would like them to, but I don't think that they're going to at this point because I think it's just too far, into the game, too late in the game, or I just don't really think that they're gonna decide, at the last minute to um, bring her back. But something very, very interesting. I'm very, very excited. to see what they go, like where they go with it. And I talked about, them doing like a Roman Easter egg, or maybe just an Angelina Easter egg as well. Maybe you don't have to have her in the movie, but maybe you could do like an Easter egg, of her or something like that. Maybe um her outfit that she was wearing, something like that would be cool. But I think that's, I don't know, I kind of want her to, I really want her to return, you know? I really, really want her to return, to be honest with you. Um, but I just think it's too far in the game, in my opinion. That's just my thoughts about it. Um, Scream 6, though, should be pretty good. Very excited. Um, I'm not seeing anybody in the chat still, which is kind of weird. Um, so if everybody, all my subscribers, everybody that didn't get to see the stream or anything like that, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you are sleeping. Um, Make sure to hit the like button still. Even if you guys weren't able to make it, um, to ask me like any questions or anything, which is totally cool. It was a last minute idea. I thought I would just come out, come on, this do a live stream for a little bit, see if anybody, pops in. And I guess it looks like everybody's sleeping, which I kind of figured that it's after 2. So I just thought I would come on here. But everybody, like I said, all my subscribers, all my, subscribers and all that, make sure to hit the like button for me and comment down below still. Because I know a lot of you are probably either busy or sleeping, probably tired and sleeping probably by now. Um, so if you guys see this, like I said, which I think you will, probably tomorrow, um, make sure to hit the like button as always. And I think I'm gonna try to do a live stream again tomorrow. Um, it kind of depends, I guess, but I think I'm gonna try to do a live stream tomorrow and see how it goes. Because I kind of did it. It was kind of a last minute decision. I decided to do it, last minute. So um, I'm about to end the stream though, y'all. Be sure, like I said, to hit the like button, comment down below as always. If you have any, theories, maybe you guys want to put in the comments. Because I know a lot of you, are probably sleeping, or maybe a lot of you are just busy right now. So I know it's kind of late. Um, I just thought I would come on here and talk about Scream 6 for a little bit, kind of give you guys my thoughts, about Scream 6. Just talk about my theories, talk about my ideas, talk about, just Scream 6 in general. Like next week is the release date, which is very exciting. Next Friday. Um, so, anyways, guys, I'm gonna end the stream. I just thought I'd come on here, kind of see, if anybody would show up. And um, a lot of people seem to be busy right now. It seems like so. I hope you guys, have a great night as always. Um, get a good night rest. Thank you to all my subscribers as always too, and be sure to comment down below. If you guys see this tomorrow, something like that, be sure to comment down below. Um, and give me guys' like thoughts about stuff, because I know I kind of did this live stream a little late. I know a lot of people are probably sleeping. So, with that being said, though, y'all, be sure to look out tomorrow night, probably around 11, 12, 12-ish probably. I'm going to do another stream. Um, So be sure to keep a lookout. But with that being said, y'all have a great night. Peace.